JNN is brought to you by Blue Lotus.
Good morning, Grigori High. I'm Jessica Rios.
And I'm Sierra Diaz. Today is Friday, April 27th.
Today on JNN, we look back at last Friday's walkout.
And Blaze Ho'omakoa brings us the latest on varsity athletics.
All this and more on today's JNN.
Teens across the country walked out of class last Friday in the national walkout movement to address gun reform and campus safety. Blaze Ho'omakoa, Lauren Bennett, and Catherine Swartz bring us the story of how Grigori students took part in the movement.
On Friday, April 20th, students at Grigori gathered to participate in a nationwide walkout movement. In response to countless stories of gun violence taking place at schools across the country, students banded together to demand stricter regulations in regard to civilians obtaining firearms.
We had like 3 minutes of silence for all those who have fallen, and afterwards we gave people a platform to say what was on their mind, what we needed to do, start any chants, and give speeches.
It's the beginning of producing actual change, because I'm tired of the all too many thoughts and prayers sent to families who would have still had their children if gun laws were different.
Our role is just to observe. This is one of our constitutional rights and freedom of speech. So the kids are allowed to go out and handle themselves the way they need to, hopefully with respect and dignity, and get the message out there.
What do we want? Change! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Change! When do we want it? Now!
After we walked into the L101 building so that we could talk to the teachers about how to make the school a safer place.
And I feel like the gates should be more closed, more reserved, because there are people that leave campus and like people are going to do that, but I feel like we need to be like, there needs to be security at the gates too.
More security at the gates so people cannot get in. Now, how many gates are locked during the regular school? I know.
We decided to come out and listen to student concerns, tied in with the walkout. I think there's some very passionate students here at Grigori High School that had some very strong opinions about their safety, which, that makes sense when you think about it.
We talked about how we can make the school a safer place. We talked about security. We talked about maybe metal detectors, better counselors for the school. They listened to us and heard what we had to say as equals, which was so great.
All of us at all the sites today are taking the input from the students and bringing it back to superintendent and superintendent's cabinet. I think from that standpoint, they'll make some decisions on things that they feel like that we can do, things maybe that we can't do. But I think listening is kind of the beginning of all of it. And I think some of the things that they asked will make us pause and make us go back and review the procedures and the policies in our district.
I think our kids are the next leaders in our country. I think it's important to stand by your kids, regardless of what your opinion is or your stance on it. If your kid has the guts to stand up, even if it's not popular, and fight for what they believe in and something they believe is good for them and other people, then I think you should back your kid. No kid should die in school on any day in any way. Not by a gun, not by a knife, not by anything. You need to be cognizant of the fact that everybody has a difference of opinion, but you all want the same thing. Everybody's kid going home at night. That's the bottom line.
Don't be afraid of your beliefs. Try to keep learning and keep growing, and even if you're too shy or you can't find a platform to speak your beliefs, you know what you believe in, and I think that's a powerful, quiet little revolution.
Reporting for JNN, this has been Blaze Ho'omakoa, Catherine Swartz, and Sierra Diaz.
The next district school board meeting is scheduled for May 16. No agenda has been posted for this meeting yet, so it remains unclear whether campus safety will be discussed at this meeting or at a later time. Seniors, if you will be attending a 2- or 4-year college next year, stop by the D building to send your final transcripts. If you do not sign up by the end of May, your transcripts will not be sent in June. Now, Blaze Ho'omakoa is back in the spring sports box to update us on the regular season so far.
What's going on, Jags? I'm Blaze Ho'omakoa here with the Spring Sports Box. The regular season has flown by and our teams are at the end of MMC, gearing up for the postseason. Let's take a look back at their season so far and what's to come for our sports in the coming weeks. Let's kick things off with our boys and girls swim teams. The teams competed in their final league meet of the year against Enox last Friday. Both teams were undefeated, but unfortunately the girls came up short, and while they're still first in MMC, they are no longer undefeated. The boys beat the Eagles and remain undefeated in the MMC. Besides the first place win for both boys and girls, our swim teams have had a record-breaking season so far. At the NorCal Relays last month, our varsity boys relay team with senior Andrew Britton, junior Aiden Wong, sophomore Sean Gutowski, and freshman Corbin Wong broke 3 event records: the 200 fly free relay, the 200 medley relay, and the 400 freestyle relay, a record which hadn't been broken for 24 years. The team will conclude MMC competitions today and tomorrow with the MMC Varsity Swim Trials at Downey and Johansen. Let's move from the water to the field, starting with baseball. As of Thursday, the team had an overall record of 11-1, league record of 8-5. This places the boys 3rd in MMC, behind Bayer and Mohai. The last team the Jags faced was Johansen. The series began on Monday with a 13-1 win for the Jags at home. On Wednesday, they also beat the Vikings in a 12-0 shutout. The Jags finish up the series today at home. Game starts at 3:45. The next series for the team will be against Enox beginning on Monday. Our softball team is in first place in the MMC as of Thursday, with a league record of 7-0 and overall record of 11-4-1. Just behind the Jags in the standings is Enox, who actually lead the Jags in overall records with 12-1, but fall behind in league standings with a 6-1 record. The girls faced Bayer yesterday, but at the time of this recording, those scores hadn't been reported. Last week Thursday, the Downey Knights took on Grigori, and our team pulled out a tight win, final score 7-6. The team will face Houston today at home at 4 o'clock. On to tennis. The team wrapped up the regular season undefeated with a league record of 12-0. Their final meet of the MMC was last Thursday against Johansen, where the Jags took the win, final score 9-0. On Monday, the team began the postseason with the first round of the CIF team tournament. The boys golf team is wrapping up an exceptional season so far with an undefeated record as of Thursday. On Thursday, they teed up against Mohai, but at the time of this recording, those scores hadn't been reported. The team also beat Johansen on Tuesday. Next week concludes their regular season with the MMC tourney at Creekside on Monday. The team's postseason goal is to continue last year's winning streak, where the golf team won Masters for the first time. Our track and field team also has large winning streaks to maintain, and through competition and new records this year, they are keeping those streaks alive. New records at the county level have been set this season by numerous Grigori runners. Cassandra Rojas is currently 2nd in the county for the 400 meter, while Briseida Garcia takes 4th. In the 800, Garcia comes out on top of the county with 1st, while Eva Rodriguez has a personal record for this season, in 3rd place. Madison Cackley is number 1 in the county for the 1600 meter, with Briseida Garcia coming just behind in 3rd. Our 4x400 team has an exceptional record this year, with 1st place in the county. Runners for the relay are Lauren Poppin, Briseida Garcia, Casey Kuykendall, and Cassandra Rojas. Now onto the record-breaking boys. Grigori makes up the leaderboard for the 1600 meter, with Santiago Ruiz, Mason Reeves, and Matthew Marsh taking up the top 3 spots for the county. Ruiz and Reeves continue these records for the 3200, where they make up the top 2. Dexter Williams also placed 3rd in county for the 400 meter. On Wednesday, both teams came out on top against Enox, boys with a final score of 83-47, girls 87-81. The distance runners will compete in the Riverbank Distance Carnival today, and the whole team will come together for their next league match Wednesday at Downey. Before I close off, I got a few announcements for next year's athletes. For anyone wanting to play boys basketball next year, there is a mandatory meeting next Tuesday, May 1st in the gym. If you have any questions, ask Coach Green. For girls basketball, there will be a mandatory meeting next Tuesday, May 8th, regarding Summer AAU. This meeting will also be in the gym, and if you have any questions for that, see Coach Reese. Well, that's all I got for you guys today. I'm Blaze Ho'omakoa, signing off.
Thanks, Blaze. The annual Senior Award and Scholarship Night is in less than a month, on May 21st at 7 p.m. This ceremony will honor students who receive scholarships or CSF, as well as announce winners of department awards. Notify College Counselor Allison Kuykendall of any scholarships you have already received. The Department of Water Resources is now accepting applications for seniors interested in a career in hydroelectricity. Various apprenticeships in different areas of hydroelectricity are available. See Work Experience Director Rob Steves in the Career Center for more information. The SBO will have an apparel sale starting on Tuesday. All class apparel as well as other clothing items will be available, but sizes and quantities are limited. If you are going to be a junior or senior boy next year and you would like to be a Foothill Camp Counselor, please sign up in the Career Center or at the library. You must have at least a 2.0 GPA and be on track for graduation. Now, Malik Law 3 is back to bring us another installment of Malik on the Street.
What's up, Jags? As you guys know, prom is happening tomorrow, but what's not happening is prom king and queen. I'm here to ask why there will be no crown on this week's episode of Malik on the Street. Let's check it out. Why do you think we don't have a prom king or queen?
Because I'm the king and I always win.
Why do you think we don't have a prom king or queen?
What do we have?
We don't have anything for prom.
Oh, okay. Because we already do the homecomings. That's what I think the answer to that is.
I don't know. I really want one, actually.
Okay.
Because we have homecoming queen and king. I really want a prom king and queen, but it doesn't happen. So.
Because everything is equal in this world, and we should not have one king or just one queen. Everyone's a king. Everyone's a queen.
I think we should.
Oh, all right. Okay.
Because people will feel bad about themselves, and we don't like bullying. It's against district policy.
So who would you guys vote for king or queen if we could?
Alexis Downer.
I wouldn't vote for anyone. I'd vote for myself as king if I went.
Huh?
Yeah, me.
For queen too?
Yes.
KJ Deeker.
Okay.
KJ Deeker. KJ Deeker.
All right. Well, if you could vote for king or queen for prom, who would you vote for?
You.
Yeah. You and her.
Okay. While having a prom king and queen is the norm for teens across the country, it seems like for tomorrow and years to come, Grigori will go without the crown. This has been Malik Law 3 signing off.
Thanks, Malik.
Well, that's it for today's JNN.
And remember, all Renaissance students will be excused early from their 4th period for Day on the Green.
I'm Jessica Rios.
And I'm Sierra Diaz. See you next week.